think I'm back. I'm going to post these in parts. Hopefully nobody calls me again, so it doesn't take out my audio. If you were on the last stream, thank you so much for signing back in. We're back. Audio is on. I don't know how to have the audio not go off when somebody gives me an effing phone call, but we're back. Part 2. I will post these in parts. All right, let me get back to the signing. Hey, but now I'm caught up on comments now. Okay. This was to Armando. Really loved your work as Rose. You're fantastic and amazing. Can you please, thank you. Can you please sign, sometimes when I feel lost or afraid, I try to imagine what he might have said to me. Yeah, that was from the scene that I was just talking about. I will gladly do that. Okay, this will take me a second to write. Hi, everybody. As everybody is signing on again, I'm signing the print that I left off on. This is going to be posted as part 2. This one is to Armando. Times when I feel lost or afraid, I try to imagine, this is a longer quote, what he might have said to me. There. All right, as everybody is joining back on from the last stream, this is to Armando. Sometimes when I feel lost or afraid, I try to imagine what he might have said to me. This will be coming to you soon. Thank you so much. All right, I'm gonna get crack-a-lackin'. Another rose. This is to, man, because Armando, I'm immediately saying Hispanic, so I'm like, this is to Eric Valencia. I'm not going to turn this into a Hispanic stream. All right, no special instructions for this one, so I'm just going to sign it. Again, as I said in the last stream, if you want me to write anything specific to you, if I don't catch it in the comments, when it posts, put a comment on the video that it posted, and I'll try to look at the comments before I ship these out, so that I can add it, and it'll have the quote or saying or note you would like on it. Also, if you hear a little fumbling in the background, my cats are active and on the run right now. It is the middle of the day and they are happy. Let me see if I can do, I'm gonna do a little rose on this one. Ah! I drew a little rose. So this is to Eric with a little rose down there. Hey. Sorry about all the tech issues, guys. I'm so bad with technology. I speak Spanish. I understand better than I can speak. I grew up in a Spanglish household where my parents would speak to us in Spanish and we always answered back in English. My mother speaks more Spanish than English. So it was just easier for her just to speak with us in Spanish, but we always spoke back in English because it was the 90s and we were told, do not speak Spanish to them. They will mess up in their English classes in elementary school. So my mom tried her best to speak English, or have us speak English so that we wouldn't get bad grades in school. Now we know better. As much as a lot of people didn't like the new Saints Row game, I really liked Nina. She's my favorite character. Thank you. Thank you so much. I liked it. You know what? Even if no one else liked it, I liked it. If they ever give your character a love interest in Resident Evil sequel, the entry better be called Kiss from a Rose or I'm a Riot. I agree. It definitely should. That is, I mean, have Seal in the credits, please. Oh, Rico from Love Light Sunshine, thank you so much for loving her. Grew up in a Spanglish household myself. Yeah, there's a lot of us, dude. There are a lot of us. We're all over. Okay, next print is to Jordan. No special instructions, so same thing. If you want me to write anything, put it in the comments of this video. If not, I'm just signing right over freaking Chris's face, because who needs him? Just kidding. I had to have him on there because it's just, he's such, you know, since her dad wasn't around, he kind of sadly is the father figure to her. He raised her. Yes, he raised her to be a weapon, but still, he raised her. So I felt like he needed to be on the print as well. But to Jordan, this is your print here. It'll be coming to you soon. Actually, screw it. I'm going to do a rose on this one too. Because I can. There. It's like a martini glass rose. I don't know why it looks like a martini glass, but that's my art skills for you. Thank you, Jordan. That'll be coming to you soon. The next, oh man, here with the Hispanic names. Miguel Ortega. This one is for you. Oh, thank you guys. You were saying you like my natural speaking voice. Thanks. I don't get to use it often. I'm always doing like little boy voice or like something that's like a little bit higher. And thank you. I like that I just get to do me. Or something stronger. Kujasara is like my voice range, but definitely like I stutter. Like I'm doing right now, like I'll like have to be thinking about it as I'm saying, and she does not speak that way. When she starts a sentence, she knows where that sentence is going. She knows how she's going to say it. It's very matter-of-factly, and I do not speak like that at all. Miguel said, "Hi Jeannie, love your work in Village. Can you please write, I've got this. Thank you for all you do in the Resident Evil community." Thank you guys. The Resident Evil community has been like, oh gosh, as I'm putting marks on here. I love this community. You guys have been so amazing and have kind of accepted me into the fold. It has been so great. I have not come across that. I think in a lot of other projects I've been in, it's kind of like, who are you? You're the new person. Nah. I hate to say it, but I don't blame people. If you've been watching Dragon Ball for this many years, since the 90s, and then a new android comes up, you're like, okay, you're not one of the OGs. And I get it. I'm not. But the fact that the RE community has been like, no, you're canon in the storyline. Welcome. That has been so nice, and unexpected. I never start a project and think, oh, I'm going to be fan favorite with this one. I never think that. So the fact that people really like Rose, and accept me, even though I don't even do a lot of video games myself, like in real life. Right now we're going through Plague Tale Requiem, the new Plague Tale. I really like that one, and that one has definitely scare elements. Not as scary as Resident Evil, heads up. But the fact that people have really been accepting of me as being not a great player has been really sweet. So this is to Miguel Ortega. Says, I've got this. It'll be coming out to you soon. Thank you so much. Oh, not doing a Rose one. Surprise. This is another Android 21. Okay, let me catch up on these a little bit. Are you staying in town for Thanksgiving? Yes, I am, which I'm very thankful for. I'm actually staying in town for all the holidays. And it's great because we get a lot of emails in the industry being like, if you go, when you come back, you have to get COVID tested. You have to still try to quarantine if you can do a session from home. And it's kind of a pain in the butt. I don't have to deal with that because I'm staying in town and I'm not doing anything that'll get me COVID. So, because I'm at home here. So thankfully I don't have to go through that. I was able to be like, nah, I'm chill. I'm staying in town. Okay, this next one is to Dan. Let me see these. That's a nice one. I've always wanted to. That's so interesting. So I'll get to signing, but someone wrote, I wish I could voice act as well. I've always wanted to, and it might be something I want to do in the future, except I stutter a lot and my voice decides to change pitches on its own. It definitely is a skill. It's a skill. It's a muscle. Your vocal cords are a muscle. So the way that you work your muscle to be able to skate, to be able to swim, to be able to do any other sport, it kind of is a sport. I got my college degree in voice, so I knew how to manipulate with breath control, with pitch. You really, of course, when you're a music degree, you have to be able to match pitch, which means if somebody does do, and then you have to speak up here, and if somebody does a note, boom, you have to speak up here. You have to be able to like match pitch. So I knew how to manipulate my voice. And stuttering, I do a lot of characters that do end up stuttering a lot, so I can kind of be really messy. And that's actually a gift. That's a skill as well. I have some friends a friend who wants to be a voice actor, but she speaks so eloquently. She speaks very, very clearly. Everything is very clearly enunciated. But no one actually, a lot of characters, they're complex, they're messy, and that comes out in the way they talk. If they're fumbling over the words and stuttering, that's a character. So it's actually not such a bad skill that you're kind of a muddier talker or not such a clean talker, because that's a character trait. And that's helps with acting out a character. The person who wrote Chime Stars, who says my voice will be speaking and the pitch will just change. Music helps. It really helps. If you can try to match pitch, by match pitch, I mean if you hear a note, do, try it in your head, do, until you find that note. Music helps. It really does help. Learning the cadence of speech, the rhythm of speech, the tonality of speech. I'm such a music major. I'm always going to point back to music lessons. If you got voice lessons, if you got music lessons, even an instrument lesson, if you can play a note on an instrument and then try to match it with your voice, that's the start of being able to manipulate your voice, I think. Could be different for other actors, but for me, got some Plague Tale fans on here. Yeah. All right, I'm going to catch up on these a little bit. If I catch up on all of these prints, I don't know how many more I have to go, then I'll just turn it into Q&A and I'll answer any questions. So if I don't answer your question, feel free to stay on as long as you can. And then once I'm done, I'll just answer questions. Sound good? Yes? Great. Okay, I'm going to do this. This one is going out to Dan. He wrote, a nice quote from Android 21 would be highly appreciated. All right. To Dan. Oh, what should I write? I've never written this on one before, because I normally don't write down the sounds that I make, but I wrote down a sound that I make. She goes, you look absolutely delectable. That's a fun one. Normally with those, it'll sometimes be scripted, and sometimes it's called pre-life. If you have a line and the line is like, when's the line gonna move? You can, and they want a couple takes. The first take can be, when is the line going to move? When is the line going to move? Or you can add pre-life to it. And sometimes they'll keep it, sometimes they won't. Now I'm turning this into a class. I don't need to turn it into a class. But always put a little space between the pre-life and the line in case they want to cut off the pre-life and they just want the line. But it does add to the emotion of the line. So when is this line going to move? Just, when is this line going to move? Little pre-life, it gets you into the character of the line, gets you into the feeling of the line, but add a little break so they can cut it off if they just want the, when is this line gonna move? But with the emotion that was given because you gave that pre-life. All that to say, the was pre-life. Sometimes it would be written, actually say, a lot of times it wasn't. And I just added it because when your mouth is salivating, you're like, oh my God, that looks so delicious. You're like, oh, that looks delicious. You say verbal noises with your, that is delicious. All right, there you go, Dan. Thank you. This will be coming out to you soon. All right, next. Oh, I have a Byleth print. I didn't know I had a Byleth print coming out. Let me grab my Byleth prints. I knew one might come up somewhere in here. I got my massive file of prints. Okay, this is one of several files of prints. Here we go. Yeah, I've got my Byleth print right here. All right, loud noise. Oh. I always make a mess doing these, and then afterwards it's just an hour of cleanup of all my prints. All right, I'm going to catch up on these. The fumbling, stuttering helps inject a lot of authenticity in some characters because real people just don't have rehearsed monologues. It's so true. Oh, sorry to those who have to go. Next time. We'll get it right. Next time. Who can name that movie? That's a little deep cut of a quote. Mixing my words here. If anybody can name that movie, you get some extra brownie points. You're basically told to speak normally. It's true. God, these cats are running around. Someone wrote, if it's a free voice acting course, I ain't turning it down. I will, on every convention I'm at, anything where it's just a Q&A, a lot of other actors, they'll talk about like, well, it's just fun to do this. I always get super technical. I'll always be like, no, I remember I did this and this with my voice, and I had this physical stance so that I would get this kind of character. Like there are a lot of the Rose stuff, I'm like this as I'm reading the lines, even just VO, not just the mocap, but like this to get that tension in the voice. I'll always go super technical and I'll turn it into like TED Talk, even if you didn't want a TED Talk. Isn't almost every single line. I feel like a part of Katarina lives on in Jeannie's room. This is very true. I loved playing that character because all the five inner voices that were happening, I'm like, that's me on the daily. Yes. Okay, this next print is Byleth to Herson. Could you write, here is something to believe in? And if you could do a VA in Byleth's voice greeting me. Yes, I will. First, let me, one thing at a time. All right. Let me do it over here. All right. In the voice, to Herson, here is something to believe in. There you go. This will be coming out too. I immediately go into like super high voice. That's me. But it was always more voice acting lessons. It's called a button. If you want to add a button to the end of the line, you always have a downward inflection. This is the end of the sentence. And if you want a little stronger of a button, this is the end of the sentence. Byleth always had a button. Always had a button. Always had a strong button. So every sentence, it never was like, I'm unsure of this. It wasn't like, here's something to believe in. It was, here's something to believe in. It was always a button at the end. Because she was a very intense, straight character. And here's another Byleth, but of the blueprint. I love this one because mine of hers is pretty dark, and it's such a good contrast to do like super light lighting for it. This one actually doesn't have a 2 going towards somebody. So it'll be sent out to Streamily. You'll still get your print because you did put in the order through Streamily. But but I'm just going to write a little quote in my name. I won't put it specifically to anybody, just in case you want it to be clean print signature. Arrowell had a lot of buttons too. Yes. Yep. If you ever hear me having a very strong downward inflection, that's the button. Thank you so much for joining. For those who have to go, I'm seeing a couple people that have to go. This shouldn't be too long, she says, as she doesn't know how many prints she has left. Posture really does affect voice. It really does. Your voice is part of your body, so the body keeps score. My streams are always, someone wrote, this stream is a lot like a Q&A with some added signing going on. My signings are normally like that. Just because I know I don't do a lot of conventions at all. So I don't get to answer a lot of questions. So if you have questions and you can't make it out to a convention, feel free to ask on here. I might not catch it, whereas at a convention I would catch it if you went up to me at the desk. But here, if I see it, then I'm at least able to answer because I know I'm not able to make it to a lot of places. So super easy way to get FaceTime with an actor, which is so, God, when I was wanting to get into this business, that didn't exist. That was like, it didn't. You had to go to convention because none of this, like, this platform didn't exist. It's such a good, I'm raving here. Okay, here is something, I'm going to write the same quote because it's so good. To believe in. I'm so sorry I didn't get a name for this order, but it will be coming out to you. Byleth, here is something to believe in. It'll be coming out to you soon. There. All right, let's see what is next. What's next? I've got another rose coming up. All right. Oh. This is going to Sanjay Stone. Sanjay Stone, if you're here, Sanjay Stone, come up to the front of the class. I live all the way in Indonesia. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. And streams like this come in clutch. It's really great. Oh gosh, I don't. Okay, somebody asked if there was a Fire Emblem Three Houses musical, who would you like to be cast as Byleth? I don't know. Her character reminds me so much of... I'm not the biggest... I hate to say this, I'm not the biggest fan of Idina Menzel, but her character from Frozen, like, especially the beginning, before she does the let it go, but at the beginning, where she's very, like, stoic, you know, conceal, don't feel. I feel like that is very much like Byleth. Like, no, you're in a place of authority. You need to be the teacher. You can't be emotional here. You have students that you need to teach. I feel like that character is very similar to, oh my God, Elsa at the beginning of the movie. So I guess she could do her voice for her, but again, I'm not the biggest fan of Idina Menzel's voice. So maybe I would choose somebody else. I don't know. I just thought of Elsa as a character similar to Byleth. Okay, this is going out to Sanjay Stone. No special instructions, so I'm just going to sign in case you want a clean print. When I say clean, of course, I'm going to draw a rose as well, because it's me, and I do terrible doodles, which means I have to do a doodle on here. Obvi. Dude, that was a straight up martini glass rose. Sanjay, if ever we're in the same town, we can always grab a drink and we'll use a little rose martini glass. Here you go. This will be coming out to you. Thank you so much for loving her, for playing the game. All right. Let me catch up on these. Oh, somebody was asking, instead of who would play me in the musical, if I would like to be cast as Byleth. Of course I would. Of course I would. I can even freaking sing. Of course I would. Ha! Says, Have you met Elise Bozeman? Or Bowman? Yes, I have. When I lived in Texas. It was a long time ago because I lived in Texas, 2014 to 2018, so some time ago. But yes, I have met her. She's insanely kind. Insanely kind. Have you ever dabbled in cosplay? I have. But now I did before I was in the industry, because I used to go to conventions, in high school and stuff before I started doing this as my job. And I would go. And I remember, what's the character's name? Rin Tosaka? From, remind me, Mela Lee does her voice. So I would never tell Mela Lee this, I cosplayed as your character. But I dressed up as her for a convention. Because I used to love that show. Right? So I don't think you have Rin Tosaka. So I have cosplayed before, but now that I'm in it, I don't think I can. I can't pull it off. I'll just stay on the back side of the camera, the back side of the microphone. This next print is an ultra adorable print. It's a little baby fan. It's so cute, and it's a cute little print too. I love it. They're available in the shop. This one is going out to Susan. Susan wrote, "Just an autograph. FYI, I love your voice acting." Thank you so much. Thank you for loving Pan, either as a baby or as a toddler. I have loved getting to do it. I remember the one note so Chris Sabat, who works out great, he's the voice of Piccolo. So when Piccolo is your father character and also your director for the scenes that he's your father character, it's so simple. Because he's like, well, this is how Piccolo would say it. Says the line right in my cans while I'm recording. So oh, okay. So he directed me for the movie that came out. And he has one note. He said, just sound as frickin' adorable as you can. Just as frickin' adorable as you can. And so what I did actually to help me, because I think it's the most adorable kid voice I've ever heard. There is a video of a little, she's like a little Asian girl, and her parents have gotten divorced. You guys have probably seen this video once I describe it. She's sitting on the stairs, and she's telling her she's telling her mom, you need to be nice to dad. You need to make yourself small. Make yourself small so that you're not so big. And you can talk to each other. It's something like that. It's the cutest voice ever. And it's the cutest, smartest, wise little advice from a little girl telling her mom how to talk to her dad after this divorce. It's very mature, little kid, but the cutest little kid voice. And I would just listen to that video over and over again. I'm like, that's the little voice I want to do. Just the cutest little kid voice that I could find. that was my inspiration for Pan. I don't even know how to look up that video, but I found it and I just saved it and played it over and over again. Of course I don't sound like her, but if I can do my version of her, then that's Pan's voice. So here you go, Susan. Thank you so much for loving baby Pan. She's so cute. Look at those. Look at those cute little cheeks. Ah! Oh, she's so cute. Now I'm going into my kitty voice, the voice I use for my cats, and they look at me and they hate me. Okay, I've got another Android 21 print coming up. This one is going out to Chad Wilhelms. Oh, he said, quote from Jeannie. From me? A quote from me? Or from the character? I'm so confused. Piccolo teach me how to fly. I know, so cute, so cute. It is crazy how many adults voice kid voices. It's because it's really hard. So I'm in a show right now that I can't talk about, that hasn't come out yet, that has child actors in it. And I've sat in when the actors are going through their session, and it's so hard. I mean, I watched that director for 10 minutes trying to wrangle the kid to face the microphone. They didn't even say a line, just to face the microphone. It's hard to get kids to voice act, because they're in a studio, they're looking at everything, and it's no, face the microphone, Almost there. Look up a little bit. Don't look at your shoes. Okay, can you read the line? No, you can't read. Let me say the line to you. Just repeat it the way I say. Like, I was like, this director has so much patience. I could never. So that's why you get a lot of adults doing kid voices, because kids just don't have the attention span to do like a full episode. There are some shows that are able to have kid actors in it. I'm loving watching We Baby Bears right now, and that actually has some kid actors in it. But those are exceptions to the rule. It's great when they can get it. Oh my God, don't get me started on Bluey. I could talk about Bluey for days, for weeks, and those are kid actors. You'll never be able to find out who the kid actors are though on Bluey. They're never credited because they want to keep anonymous, because they're little kids and they want to have some semblance of normality, so they don't credit them, so people don't, rush them and be like, I'm a huge fan of you. Isn't that interesting? Fun little fact for you. Okay, this is to Chad Williams. He says a quote. Guys, what's a good Android 21 quote? Give me some help. If the best one that I read is going on Chad's poster. Oh, we got some Wee Baby Bear fans on here. It really is the cutest. It really is. I love it. Let me catch up on these. I'm doing too many things at once. I can't catch up on this while I'm setting this. There. Okay. Any good? Oh, I like it. It's simple yet effective. Carrie wrote, I want more candy. And that's great because it makes me think of the song, I want candy. Dun, 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 dun. But it's also accurate to her character. All right, Chad, this is coming out to you. I want more candy. Yay! All right. I have another baby fan line. Yay! Oh, this is Susan. I don't know if it's the same Susan or another Susan. The other one was just Susan. This is Susan Bourne. Wrote, thank you for voicing Baby Pan perfectly. Pan is exactly like our daughter. Exactly like our daughter. Could you please inscribe something like from one best daughter in the universe to another? Oh my God, that is adorable. Oh, I wish this had like more space on here so that I could like fully write it out. I'm gonna write it out super small. Hopefully that works okay, Susan. Wait, let me. Okay. Oh, this is a really good question. Let me sign this and then I'll get to it. It's what's the most meaningful interaction you've had with a fan before? God, so many times it's with the kids. When you see kid fans. Granted, I don't do a lot of shows that are kid friendly. A lot of the shows that I do are like, oh, you're how old? And you're watching this show? Do your parents know you're watching this show? Some of them are a little more grown-up content, but some of them are okay. I've seen some really good kid cosplayers of Promised Neverland. I'm like, oh, you know what that show's about, right? Okay, great cosplay. But I always do really like seeing kids, to be a kid and to be confident enough to be like, I'm going to go to this thing and I'm going to ask this stranger who's doing something that I really respect and ask them this question, and you go prepared and you like, I have some like grown men, a lot of grown men who they're so sweet, but I can see they're shaking because they're so nervous because they've been waiting to get an autograph or waiting, and so to see them shaking and then to see a child do that, just as nervous, just as like, all right, let me like, when you're in a Q&A and it's a big convention and you're like, should I raise my hand? No. And so when you see a little kid doing that, I'm like, go you. I love that. Because so many kids don't have, when I was a kid, I didn't have that confidence. So I love seeing it. Okay, let me write this. From one best daughter in the universe to another. From one best daughter in First. Ooh, I'm trying to write this small so that it'll fit. Oh, my hearts came out good too. I had to draw hearts on there. There we go. Oh, I'm so glad how I wrote that. There you go, Susan.
From one best daughter in the universe to another. There's Pian. Thank you.
All right, and I've got some more rose ones. Oh my gosh. Guys, we're getting through. We're getting there. I've never been to a con because I'd be too scared to ask. I get it. I was watching anime for years, and then I only got up the courage to go to a con my senior year. It was either junior or senior year of high school was my first convention that I ever went to. And then I went to a bunch afterward. But that first one, yeah. Because you see these cosplays and you're like, oh my gosh, these people put in so much work. And these people know so much more. And there are references. And I'm like, I don't get that reference. I feel bad that I don't get that reference. So it can be nerve-wracking. I'm just making sure that I put numbers on them. Okay. All right, this next one is to Robert Miller. Thank you guys for being so patient and staying on. I've lost track of how long this stream has gone for. I had a lot to get through. And I talk a lot. I'm Hispanic, y'all. As I say, y'all. I'm Hispanic. We talk a lot. So, you know what? You should have known what you signed up for. All right, to Robert. Hey, everybody who's joining. Hey, I know people are coming and going, and that is perfectly fine. I think that sense of excitement and wonder is kind of missing from live streams like this. It is easier to interact, but it just isn't the same as meeting in real life. It totally isn't. I understand. I have a Streamily shop for people who aren't able to make it to conventions. There were so many conventions that I wanted to go to where, like, I really wanted to, my gosh, if Caitlin Glass was at a convention, I, like, had to be there. I had to see her. I had to talk to her. But she'd be, like, the only reason I wanted to go. And that's expensive. To pay to go to a convention just to see one voice actor. I don't care about any of the other events. I don't care about any of the other actors. Sorry, other actors. I was a huge fangirl. So I get it. So now, if you don't want to go to a convention that has all these events that you don't care for, you can just do this. You can just get a print from the person without having to wait in line for 4 hours and still have a little bit of personal interaction. It's not the same. I still would much rather meet the person, the actor in person, TBH, but it is something. If you don't have anything else, it is something. Better than nothing. All right, to Robert Miller, there isn't any special instructions, so I'm just going to put my name and then, of course, my little rose, because I have to. Rose enters. My martini glass rose. There you go. It's become my signature. Wasn't expecting it to be, but here we are. There you go, Robert. Thank you so much for liking Rose. Accepting a newbie. All right, another Rose one. This is to Tony. It says, please write in silver. I got it. I got silver. I got you, Tony. Please write in silver. I'm not a goddamn vessel. I was hoping for a pony. I cannot draw a pony. Tony. The pony. I don't think I can draw. I can try. Okay, there are a couple instructions in this one. So right, I'm not a goddamn vessel. Quote, pony top right, autograph bottom right, rose doodle bottom left. I loved Android 21, and the print from before. Badass Rose and Resident Evil Cinematic Director. Tons of love. All right, I wasn't going to do all this stuff, but because you said that, I guess I'll do all of it. All right, this is going to... You guys are going to have to give me a second because I'm going to have to read through this a couple of times. Okay. All right, so... Okay. I can do this. 2. Tony. Wow, it looks so much clearer with the silver. Maybe I'll do silver on the other ones. It looks good with the gold too. I'll do a couple in silver. I'll switch back and forth. You know what? Okay, I'm gonna do both of these in the top right because it's not gonna fit on the left-hand side. Let me do, I'm not a, God dang. Pony, oh God, a pony. Okay, what does a horse look like? Oh God, it looks like a dog. Abort. Why am I still drawing? This looks terrible. I should have quit while I was ahead. Or behind. This looks like a cow. It came from looking like a dog to looking like a cow. Tony, you know what? You made my day. You made this stream. I'm sorry to all others. Tony. I'm not an artist. You know what? That's a cow. Moo, I'm a cow. Oh my god. I'm embarrassing laughing now. Okay, alright. I'm sorry, guys. Woo! Okay, pull yourself back together. Alright, you got this. I'm doing another doodle now. He asked for it. A rose doodle. Oh my god. My face is so red right now. I'm sorry if you just joined on this stream and I am guffawing. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Alright, I'm not a goddamn vessel. Thank you, Tony, for the laugh. Okay, I'll pull myself together. I'll pull myself together. And here's your print. You asked for it. That's my horse unicorn. It's a cow. It's a cow unicorn. What's a cow unicorn called? Cow-unicorn. It's a cow-unicorn. It's a cow. And then I got the rose, the martini glass rose, and my name. Tony, this is coming out to you. Oh my god. My god. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I need a second. That was so bad. Alright, thank you for staying on while I lost my shit for 5 minutes. I'm sorry. Oh my god, okay. 5 stages of grief while drawing a pony. Someone wrote 5 stages of grief while drawing a pony, and it's accurate. It's very accurate. Thank you. Y'all, I'm not an artist. Some voice actors, they're artists as well. Zera, I know Zera, Weed Enough is one, but I'm not. Okay, next one. Alright, I'm good. This is going out to Will. Sorry. All right. Oh, you know what? Maybe it's best that I don't do silver because this is drying out. Okay. Will wrote, "Hey Jeannie, God, I'm sweating. I've been laughing too hard." Will wrote, "Hey Jeannie, just played the DLC and loved Rose. Could you add the quote, 'I've got this'? Thanks. P.S. Love you as Byleth in Fire Emblem." Thank you so much. Thank you. Two very different characters, and I loved getting to play both of them. Byleth is so strong, and Rose is so weak. I mean, she finds her strength in the game. She definitely finds her strength in the game. But at the beginning, she is so confused and lost and scared. All right, I might have to go back to gold because this silver is not, it's not cutting it. I used it on the count of corn. I used up my Sharpie on the count of corn. All right. It did create a really cool effect because it is drying out. Kind of created like a shadow effect on the rating. See that? All right. This goes out to Will. "No, Dad. I've got this." This will be coming out to you soon. Thank you. Okay. God, they just keep on coming. Keep on coming. I'm getting through them. We getting there, guys. We getting there. Okay. Next is to Marissa. Okay. Marissa wrote in special instructions, write your favorite quote. So I am going to write from the scene I was talking about before about her dad. I loved getting to voice that scene. And there goes my cat. Here comes my cat. Oh, Lord. She coming. Miguel, was that the one that I signed earlier? Can you please draw a rose on mine too? Sorry for asking. Miguel, if you are, what was it? Miguel Ortega? Is that you? If that is you, say yes. I will go back through the prints after this stream. I'll find yours and I'll draw a rose on it. But let me know if that one is yours. You seem to be having fun. Yes, you guys keep me on my toes. You really do. Count of corn is now officially an inside joke. Aw, I like it. It's true. Someone wrote, if Rose already started strong, it wouldn't be much of a horror game. And you're right. She kind of had to be a little damsel in distress and then find her power throughout the game. You hear the cats? Yep. She's like, "What are you doing here, Ma?" What do you think Rose's first word was? Oh, dada. Definitely dada. Oh, I would bet money. Dada. Okay. Favorite quote. That's how my cat meows. Yeah, I'm making fun of you. She is very confused what all these prints are. Okay, to Marissa. All I know is that he died protecting me. Just coming out to you soon. I love saying that because we've come to know and love Ethan throughout the game. And her one connection is like, he died to save her, you know. Her and her mother, but yeah. All right, next is another rose print. I've got a couple rose prints coming up. If anybody has any other rose questions. Somebody's asking about the prints. They're on my Streamily site. All the prices, there are different prices depending on, you know, like the pan print is a little smaller. So there are different size ones on there. If it's a dual one with 2 signatures, it'll be a bit more because it's for 2 actors. So just go on the Streamily. If you go to my stories, I posted the link on the stories. Hi, mamita. So if you find the link, you can go to the shop and then see the prices on there. And the holidays are coming up, guys. You can get it in time for the holidays. Have you gotten any new tattoos in the past few months? I have not. I do have, yeah, I've got a couple. I have my sleeve covered right now. I have not gotten one, and I'm itching. I'm itching to get another one. I'm thinking of, what are the chances my husband will see this stream? What are the chances my husband will see this stream? Is he on here right now? No? If he isn't on this stream, I'm planning on getting us Christmas gifts of tattoos. So that's the plan right now. Your dad was a hero. Aww, Ethan Winter's life was just one amputation after another until he amputated the whole thing. I would love to meet you at a Romanian Comic-Con. I would love to go to a Romanian Comic-Con. There would be a bit of a language barrier, I'll admit, but I'd still love to go. Would very much love to go. Every time I try to speak another language, it ends up me just devolving into speaking Spanish for some reason. So I'll probably just try to speak Spanish at you accidentally. Okay, this next one, to Curtis Eagle Plume, special instructions, he wrote, have a great day. Thank you. You guys have this stream has definitely made it a great day. I was having kind of a rushed morning. I was running around. I don't know if you guys know this. My husband and I, we're tabletop gamers. Probably more than video gamers. We love tabletop games. So today we were playing Ark Nova, and we didn't get to finish before he had to leave for work. If you guys have heard of the table game Ark Nova, I love that game. I was totally creaming him too. I'm wondering how many points I had more than him, but we had to pack it up for him to leave for work on time. So it's kind of a rush morning. All right, to Curtis Eagle Plume. What an epic name. My name is not that epic. Are you the protagonist in a book series? Because that's a protagonist name. All right. I did not put a quote on this one. Let me do a rose, though. Let me do it over here. I ran out of space. There you go. Curtis Eagle Plume. Signed by me with the rose. Martini glass rose. Thank you so much. I will have a great day. Wasn't going to before, but you know what? Now, next. Next print is a rose print. No special instructions. Not going to anyone. Like I said before, if you ordered on Streamily, they still got your information, so it'll still be coming to you. But no to or from on here. Well, there is a from. It's from me. Hi. Hello. Let me scroll down. Oh, it doesn't automatically scroll down, so I keep on thinking like, oh, no new comments, and then, oh, I missed 100 comments. Sorry. Oh, John is here? Is John on the stream? How do you see who's on the stream? Babe, if you're on the stream, forget what I said. Sally said it better than I can. Oh, dang, is he on the stream? No, he can't be on the stream. He's at work. My husband's at work. If you're on the stream, get off the stream. You're at work right now, mister. Why did I say? Oh, okay. All right, next one. 107, not knowing who it's going towards, so I'm just going to sign on here. Oh, I wrote this really big. Okay. And you know what? I decided to write a quote, because you know what? Why not? There. All right. There with the rose, and then I wrote, I've got this. It'll be coming out to you soon. Guys, we're about to give her a panic attack. No, you really do. John's not here. I was just trolling. Oh my gosh, you guys. I'm really gullible. I'm really, really gullible. You can't do that. I will believe you 100%. Oh, were there times that your throat hurts when recording for shows like Dragon Ball? Yes. You guys did gaslight me. How dare you? How dare you? So rude. So rude. Yeah. For the Kamehameha screams, they would only ask us to do it once or twice. They never asked us to do it a bunch of times because they knew how the blood would just come out if you just kept on screaming like that. I just made a very beautiful face. Thanks, guys. Yeah, so they'd all only ask us to do those screams a couple of times, knowing that it would be pretty rough on us. But still, it is a rough voice, so you still would be a little like, yeah, you need one more? Okay, I got one more. We're good. Sometimes they're like that. But they do it at the end of the session, so if you're out of a voice at the end of the session, that's fine. Okay, the next print is to, I think it's pronounced Kira or Kyra. I think it's pronounced Kira. Wait, blood? Holy crap, you can get this serious. No. I mean, if you kept on screaming like that, yes, you would taste blood in your throat. I've heard of actors actually ripping their vocal cords apart. My cat is trying to get up here. Mamita, no, bájate. It can happen, but, yeah, it can get that intense, but no, I know when my voice is hurting and I will not push it to blood coming out of my throat. No. Okay, Kira or Kyra. I'm going to say Kira. Forgive me if I'm saying it incorrectly, or if you're on here, feel free to correct me. She wrote, if you could please put your favorite quote and some doodles. Girl, I got you. That would be great. Thank you so much. I love your work in RE. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks, guys. All right, okay. I already forgot what I said. Favorite quote and some doodles. All right. I'm gonna write my favorite. I always write this one. I really do. It's my favorite right now. My favorite. I can never choose a favorite character. Don't ask me. I can't. I'll have a favorite of the day. Favorite that has been on my mind a lot recently. Favorite that I'm kind of pulling from. I got to do a really fun character for a show. It doesn't come out yet, but we call her Regina George. She's like a bitch, and she's gonna talk like this and be like, excuse me, are you sure about that outfit? Doesn't look that great. So I've been really liking that voice, but don't ask me to have a favorite character, hands down, and don't ask me to have a favorite quote, because there's so many. A lot of my favorite quotes, it's a dialogue, it's a conversation, it's a whole scene. It's not just gonna be one line. So this is my favorite right now. And then a doodle. Oh, that one came out pretty good. Here, I'm very proud of this one. Here you go. All I know is that he died protecting me. And then I have an actually good rose. It doesn't look so much like a martini glass. There you go. You're welcome. I've blessed your feed. All right, another rose one, but we knew this was going to be rose heavy, this signing. Ever thought of being on Rick and Morty? I would love to be on Rick and Morty. I know a lot of people have stopped watching the show because it was kind of taken over by fans that kind of didn't really get the humor, I feel like. But I still like it. It is kind of formulaic. It's one of those shows, like, it's been on for so long, we now get it. Rick is gonna get drunk, he's gonna do something terrible, they're all gonna be shitty family members to each other, we get it. But I still enjoy it. I'll watch it, like, casually. It's a good casual watch for me. All right, did I number that one? I did. I'm getting paranoid now. All right. This is to Joel. I'm going to say it as if you're in Last of Us. Joel. Add a countercorn to it. I know, right? Oh, Kaiji Ting was bleeding while recording for Disgaea. Damn. See, I wouldn't. If I knew I'm getting to that point, I'm going to be like, sorry, we need another session. I will put my foot down fast. Because I can't afford to. I can't afford not to do that. Yeah, I've heard, so a lot of people don't know this about me. I got vocal nodules in high school. I was singing a lot, and I was singing unhealthy. I was auditioning for conservatories and music schools, and I was singing way too harsh on my vocal cords, and I got vocal nodules, which, if you don't know, are blisters, actual blisters like you get on your feet if you're breaking in a new pair of shoes that don't fit right. I got blisters on my vocal cords. I had to go on vocal rest, actual full vocal rest for 3 months. And I had to see a speech pathologist to learn to speak and sing correctly. And again, after having been on vocal rest for 3 months. So I don't risk it. I do not risk it with that stuff. I know what that was like. I was devastated, and I had to relearn how to, so many exercises of just of calming down your vocal cord. And I learned a lot of tricks that will kind of massage your vocal cords when you've been rough on them, but I can't risk it anymore. That's my livelihood. If there's Joel, then where's Ellie? I know, right? This is coming out to you, Joel. Wherever your Ellie is, this is coming out to you. Right. Yep, it's true. That one, grammar. Yes, I agree. Okay, I think I'm caught up on these. All right. All right, this is coming out to you, Joel. Thank you. Working my way. Working my way downtown. Walking fast. Prints are past and I'm homebound. All right. This is going out to Katya. Let me see if I can do silver on this. I'm just going to change it up. It's both dark prints, so I'll change it from either gold to silver, but ooh, the silver is dying. I have another silver. Let me try this one instead. Katya doesn't have any special instructions on hers, so I'm just going to sign it. If you weren't on the stream earlier, if you see me signing your print, and you didn't have any special instructions, just like, oh, I didn't know we could ask for a specific quote or anything. If you comment on these videos of something you want me to add, I know Miguel had written that he wants a rose added to his print. If you put it as a comment, and also Miguel, if you can put it as a comment in this just in case I forget, then after this video is posted, and if I get to it before they're shipped out, they will be shipping out probably like tomorrow. So after I organize all these after the print, if you want to put that in the comment, I will add it to your print. It won't be signed on screen, but it will be on your print when it gets to you. So that being said, to Katya, actually this other one signed better. I don't have a lot of silver. I need more silver Sharpies. No special instructions, so I'm just going to do my name. There we go. Ooh, I did a slanted rose. This is definitely Martini Glass Rose. Martini Glass Rose is back in full force. But here you go, Katya. Thank you. Thank you so much for loving Rose, for loving the DLC. We got more Rose. Guys, this might be the end of the line. This might be the last one. This might be the last one. Don't quote me, but maybe. Okay. All right. Do you and your husband stream other games on Twitch? At the beginning of the stream, I was lamenting how much I hate Twitch because I can't get it to stream anything for me. So no. I used to stream on Twitch. I used to do all my signings on Twitch. And for some reason, it's just not streaming for me. I have no idea why. But, so we don't stream on Twitch. We normally just play, just us. Mainly because my husband, he plays in his PJs, so he probably wouldn't appreciate us streaming while he's playing, because he's like, I'm in my PJs, babe. That's his, like, downtime, where he doesn't want any to be looking at him. He doesn't want anybody to be, he doesn't want to have to answer to anybody except just to the game of what he's doing. I have a little snack here for me. But yeah, so we haven't actually streamed any games or anything. Right now, we're both loving, so we're doing Plague Tale Requiem. He's replaying Heavy Rain, but I've already played that. What else are we doing? Astro. It's a game, when we bought the PS5, it's a game that's on that comes with the PS5. It's called Astro's like Big World or something. Astro's something. He just replays that game all the time. It's like Mario, where it's just a really mindless, you just go through levels and you get the coins and you do the thing and then you go to the next level. And it's such a fun, cute, mindless game. It's like an Animal Crossing kind of game where it's super relaxing. It's not like Animal Crossing, but it is relaxing in that vein. So we're playing through that right now too. Have you watched or played any fun horror media recently? I recently saw the movie, we saw it in theaters when it came out, Barbarian. Actually pretty good. Actually really good. It was funny. It made fun of the genre. It made fun of itself, but it also had super scary moments, super ridiculous moments as well. Not the best scary, it's not like Cabin in the Woods good, but it still is a good movie. Would recommend that if you like horror movies. It was a fun watch. Will there be another signing after this one? I missed out. I've got signatures from other cast members from Village. I would love yours. I am going to keep my shop open. So if you still want to go, it's in my stories on Instagram. You'll see the link to my Streamily shop. You can still go there and purchase prints. I tend to let them rack up a bit, where it is like 20 signatures I need to do to warrant a full autograph signing and sending them out. So I'll do it kind of batch shipments. So this is kind of my latest batch shipment. I don't know how many more. So it might be some time. If you just now buy it, it's not going to be coming out to you next week. Unless I got 20 orders in the next week. But I am leaving it open. I was going to close it after this signing, actually, because I know I'm going to be busy with the holidays. But I was like, you know what? It is the holidays, and people probably would want to get that as a gift of like, hey, this will be coming to you. So I am going to leave it open, I decided. But so yeah, you can still order prints, but it won't be part of this signing right now that I'm doing, probably. All right, with that being said, let me get to this possibly last print. This is going out to Jason. Write a badass or favorite line or quote from the DLC. I mean, if you're going to ask for a badass line, I have to write the one that I've been saying. I will say, my rose is coming out funky every time, but I do like the way I write my W's. My W's look cool. I like it. All right, let me do my little martini glass rose. It's so funny because I love drinks, but I'm not a big martini fan. Espresso martinis or chocolate martinis are really good. No, Dad. I've got this. They asked for badass. I have to write the badass one. Thank you so much, Jason. This will be coming out to you. Is that it? That is it! I did it! We did it, Sally! Lo terminamos! Yay! All right. Oh, wait. Next unsigned orders. One second. Oh, no, that's it. It's a group sign. It's a group sign. So I can't sign that anyway right now. All right. We did it. Congratulations. Let me see if there are any last questions here. Now I can just take my time and answer these. This might be the last one. Sounds like famous last words. It was. I finished. Which lovely part about the Shadows of Rose monsters did you like the most? You know what gets me? The part with the mannequins where you're walking. If you haven't played the game, this won't make sense, but there's a part in the game where you're walking down hallways and there are these it's like the Weeping Angels from Doctor Who, if you get that reference, where if you're looking at them, they don't move. But the moment you turn away or don't blink, they move. And it's like that. Oh! Well, first off, because I was so terrified from that episode of Doctor Who, the Weeping Angels, because that effed me up so much, this part of the game where they had the mannequins and you can't look away from them, I was like, don't turn, walk backwards, no, just don't turn. And then there'd be a point where you're walking backwards, but then you turn and it was right behind you and you're just like, oh my God! Those monsters are pretty, that was terrifying, and probably because I had seen Doctor Who, that scared me so much more than just a regular, like, oh, that's interesting. That messed me up. That was a really good monster. Good, like, scary thing. Do you and your husband play Call of Duty? No, we do not. He doesn't play he's played Halo, so that's kind of a more, like, fighty, military kind of game, but that's the most. He likes more fantasy fighting. He loves BioShock. So we've played through all the BioShock. But yeah, not just straight like military fighting stuff. I'm looking forward to order a super beautiful print. Thank you. Thank you. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. Thank you for reminding me, Andre. He wrote, I cannot wait to see you and dear Nicole live playing the DLC. It's going to be super exciting. That's right. This upcoming Monday, I want to say it starts at 1 p.m. our time as well. We're, oh my God, my hair is caught. We're playing through the DLC. I don't think I'm actually playing through it because I am not going to be physically there with her. I'm going to be signing in from home. So I'm not going to be like sitting next to her on the couch playing the game or anything, but I will be in her stream. If you guys don't know, Nicole Lee Topkins, she's another Resident Evil gal, and she's doing a stream on hers. If you found this on my Instagram, I'll be posting about it on Monday too, so you'll have a link to join that. Or I might do an Instagram live from here as we're doing that. I don't know how the setup is. Actually, I think I'll just be on her Twitch stream, so I'll be signing in. God, if I can get my Twitch to work. So that'll be happening on Monday. We'll be playing through the DLC. Yay. She started it, so we're picking up where she left off. Oh, I've never heard of the chant. I've never heard of that. Is that like, what's that horror movie? The Ritual? That's a good one. That's a real good one. What was your first impression on Rose when you saw the design? That she was gorgeous. I was like, oh my God, Ethan, you had a supermodel as a daughter. Yeah, I thought she was beautiful. I love, and this is why on my print, you can't really see with her hat. I wish the one character design I wish was she didn't have, I'm not a big fan of the baseball cap. I just wish, because the actress who was the model for her, and just her as well, she has very expressive eyebrows. Beautiful eyebrows. I love Rose's eyebrows. That's a very random thing to love about a person, but they're very like expressive, and when she's really sad about something, my heart breaks because you really see it in her eyebrows. But her baseball cap covers them most of the time. So like you can kind of see here like how she has that, like it's upturned just the slightest little bit in the middle. I love that. I love that design. So take off the baseball cap, the rest of her, she's gorgeous. I love her design. I love that she's wearing her dad's jacket, and it's just a comfy, like most of these video games, all the girls are like wearing like super tight clothing and looking like really like super sexy, and girls wearing an oversized dude's jacket. Like, that's my style. That's my kind of video game character. She's going for comfort. And I respect that. I appreciate that. Do you know much about the scene for UK actors? I don't actually. That's been really interesting because so I'm working on a project right now where some of the actors are working from the UK, like we're recording off of each other, but she's in the UK, she's in London, I'm in LA. That's been really interesting. I almost want to be like, so what's the scene like over there? Is it mainly commercial stuff? Do you do a lot of does it end up being a lot of video game? I know over here we do a lot of localization. We do a lot of Korean, Chinese, Japanese things translated into English. Do you do a lot of that over there, but with an accent? Or is it more, no, we do a lot of localization of French, of German, of Spanish, or Catalan. I wonder what the localization scene is there, if it's more European countries, whereas we get more, especially in California, we're just an ocean away from Japan, which is closer from Japan to London. So I wonder if it's a geographical thing. We get a lot of the Asian localization projects. They get a lot of the European. I don't know. I think. I would love to ask. I would love to find out about that. Cabin in the Woods was a good one. I love that movie. I love horror comedy. Shaun of the Dead. Zombieland. I love horror comedy stuff. What is it like interacting with other voice actors in the DLC? Great, although a lot of the other actors in Resident Evil are on-camera actors. Did you guys notice that? A lot of them, they do voiceover, but it's they do voiceover on top of on-camera. I felt like I was the only one on thing who's I just do voice, sorry. Everybody, and they have the look. I was you guys, a lot of them are stunt actors. A lot of them do a lot of other mocap stuff. A lot of them do a lot of on camera. And I was I'm just a voice actor. I just do that. I felt a little out of my depths, which is great. They have that diversification. A lot of BioShock fans. Okay, I'm getting hungry, so I might last 2 questions and then I'll probably get some food because I haven't eaten yet today. I had coffee while we were playing the game and I have some drinks here and this is such a basic bitch fall move for me. I roasted acorn squash yesterday and I made the seeds. I seasoned them and toasted them. So I've been snacking on, I want to say pepitas, but they're not. Yeah, it's still calabaza, so it's still a gourd seed. I've been snacking on those all morning. But I need to actually make a meal. Rose dressed like a 90s rapper. That's true. Oh, good question. That one, grammar. Weird question, but as an actor, how far would you be willing to criticize a role or project you're working on while remaining a professional working on it? Or is it more a grin and bear it? A lot of it is grin and bear it. A lot of it is, there are some projects where it's mind-numbing and it's grueling, but it's made better because they know that it is. For example, if you guys don't know, I am the voice of Cloud's mom on Final Fantasy. Claudia. Clever. I know. But that is such a big game, and it's such a loved game. It's a very long recording process, though. I had 4 or 5 lines, but because the process of changing it from the original language to ours, they have to really match the mouth flaps. So I would do a line and then wait 10 minutes for them to fit it, and then be yeah, we do need it a millisecond faster, just on the second half of the it's so specific. And it's annoying after you've said the line 10 times and they're almost, but no, okay, so it's just the second to last word that we need a little bit faster, but everything else keep the same exact pace. At that point, it gets annoying, but the director and the engineer, like everybody in the project knows. So like, I'm sorry, just so you know, thank you so much for being patient. Thank you so much for understanding, like, it's just the system that we have and the fitting it exactly into the mouth. It can be really annoying. Thanks for your patience. So that I'll freely talk about how annoying it is, but we know that's part of the game. That's part of the job. You know, every job has its parts that you're not the biggest fan of. You know, whether that's, I have to file these reports every Friday. I hate filing the reports on Friday, but you got to do it. All the other parts of the job I love. So there are some parts where I'll outwardly say it's annoying because we all know it is. But there are some parts, like there are some directors that'll be very precious about their stuff. It'll be like, you breathed before the line and I wanted you to breathe after the line, and it has nothing to do with mouth flaps. It's just like their preference. I'm like, okay, now you're being way too precious about it. If you get way too precious and nitpicky about your work, it'll take you 20 hours to do one line. That's just the way the human mind works. We can't aim for perfection. We can aim for progress. We can aim for the emotion, the heart. But if you're aiming for absolute perfection, you're never going to reach it because you're making these projects with humans and humans aren't perfect. But there will be some directors that are way too precious about it, way too perfectionist about it, and that'll be annoying. But those I'll never talk about. You'll never know what directors are those, because I'll just be like, yeah, I loved working with them. I loved this project. I would love to book more work with them, which is not wrong. I would, because work is work and I have a mortgage, so I would love to work more. Some jobs, you just have directors that you not on the same page because you're humans and not every human is going to be on the same page. And that's part of the job. You just smile and you're thankful for the work. But thankfully, I mean, we've been talking a lot about Resident Evil. Resident Evil is not that at all. I mean, America, our director, probably one of the best directors I've ever worked with. Rosanna, she was our producer on stage, probably one of the best producers I've ever worked with. Ever. So those, if I have ever anything nice to say about somebody, I will definitely say the thing. But if it's something not so nice, I just won't say it. If it's about the process, I'll say it. Okay, one more question and then I do have to go. But that was a really, really good question. You have to be professional. You just have to know your audience, know who you can say stuff to. If it's another actor, I'll be like, have you had trouble with this? How do you feel about this director? And I'll kind of gauge where they're at. And if they're like, yeah, it's a little hard, then I'm like, oh my God, thank God, not just me. Yes. Did they ask you to do this? Yes. Oh my God. Ah, that's so annoying. Like, it's like that with every job where you're like, do you like the boss? You don't? Okay. Yes. Same. Or if you're like, do you like the boss? Oh, you love the boss. I love him too. So it's like that with every job. All right. First time. Yeah, when they did so well. Yeah. Okay. I said one more question. I'm seeing a lot of nice comments. I saw like just not a question, but a comment like a lot of the RE actors, it's their first time doing VO, but they're still doing amazing. And it's like, yeah, that's the director. That's a lot of time the producer. That's a lot of time the process. Like not that the actor isn't great by itself, because acting is acting. If you're a great on camera actor, chances are you're going to be a great VO actor as well. Just because acting is acting. If you're a okay on camera, then chances are you might not be a great voice actor. But yeah, oh my gosh, a lot of people just joined. Hi guys. I was doing a Streamily signing. I finished. I just caught me at the end because I'm about to answer questions and then go make some food. And then I have to organize this because this is what my office now looks like now. Those are all the things I signed next to all my workout equipment. I will organize this and put it into this box, and then it will be coming out to you soon. Do I watch NASCAR, yes or no? No, I don't. I've seen Cars, the Disney Pixar movie that